So, I think I need to... Nah, we're not gonna hear about that part yet. I'm assuming something will break before we're in the ACC. Steam, thank you. Right, something will break. I've been having this for enough weeks that one component or the other just decides to throw itself out of the window while launching. So the overlay stayed in place, and this didn't shit itself. So that is fun. God. Why? Where's the track actually gone? Valencia? Hello, where are you? Where are you hiding? Oh, there you're hiding. Right, never mind. Crossbow. Start session. Okay, so I'll briefly do one of these. See if that breaks everything. No, it doesn't. So we're gonna just do briefly a switch off. Controllers off. The good stuff. Not sure if it's still quite correct. Green light, go, go, go. I can see my brake burst. That's good. Chat is also there. Everything is actually in place where it needs to be. Right. I mean, we may just drive a lap or two before we go on the server. Oh yeah, I wanted to move my model slightly because it's a bit far in that direction. And now it's a bit far in that direction. Usually it's easiest to tell on the start screen where I should be roughly. Yeah, I'm a bit to the left, but that's fine. I think that's acceptable. Right then. I haven't checked the weather and stuff.
Low tire pressure, stay clear of the curbs.
At least I have a setup for this track. But they're still gonna just not be particularly fun to race against, I'm sure of it. I'm trying to put my gloves on, but there's not much straightaway on the circuit. I mean, I think the set is for a bit colder temperatures. If my memory is correct. We are neither on temperature nor on because right now it's 30 degrees on this session because I have not set it. Just put it in reversed so I can have time. Probably way very fast as possible. Come on. But I don't want to burn my tire set. On the official server. So that's what we're doing here, just practicing before we get on the race server. The tire pressures are shooting a bit high now. I remember this being very loose, this setup. Like, it really isn't that loose. Maybe I trimmed it in for the race, this O2 set a bit, calmed it a bit down. Because the pace was already there. Or the fuel does it. Because we have 85 liters in the tank. That is enough for an hour. It's more than we're racing, I think, in SOP, so... If my memory is correct, it's a 45-minute race SOP.
Well done, mate. That's all the best.
Yeah, not that fast. You can go very wide here and still stay in track limits. I don't remember, I think it was, my target was sub 40, and I didn't get there in the end. And 4 hour. Because I was constantly being harassed by GT3s, which really cost me time. Maybe it's just a circuit, but like it felt like I lost so much time due to GT3s. In that race specifically. Maybe it's because of the lack of straightaways here, so they have to always like pass you in the corner. I lost a bunch of time there. Right, it's time. It's not like it matters, we don't need to complete the lap. We don't need to complete a lap, we just need to get out of here. Some announcements. Ah, there. Passwords. Thank you. Yeah, looks like my microphone and audio is working well, so that's good. The water stuff is working. Multiplayer. Primary car needs to be changed to the where are you? Crossbow. Confirm. SOP. SOP. Race server. And there's rain? Like, it displays rain there. Are they having rain configured for every single race this season or what? Yeah, it is pelting it down. Jesus. I remember my KTM choice for this championship wasn't actually that terrible, considering if it rains every race, then yeah, suddenly it becomes a lot more sensible. You know. So this fuel load briefly. Like, the question is, will we hit wet weather for, you know, the race? I don't have really a strategy too with different tire pressures for this car. Yeah, we're gonna have wet quali here, fully wet. So. Let's go with 27 psi on the tires. 20 liters. Well, temperatures have gone down quite a bit. I think I'm gonna stay with the brake ducts. Nah, we're gonna close the front split one. I think that's what we're gonna run for Qualy. Ooh! Holy hell! Wait, it... Oh! That explains it. I accidentally loaded onto the dry tire. That was a dry set. Fucking hell, it didn't... Ah. Forgot to select the wet set, so I just burned slightly a dry set. Great, awesome, Lukas. No wonder I turned it to turn 1 and there's just nothing. Like, how is this AstroTurf patch here? Well, yeah, it is still slippery as all shit. Jesus, there's not much grip. I tell you that. Despite the wet tires, there is really not much traction as being allowed to my rear tires. Currently it is light rain, so but the rain will intensify next. Well, it's no longer light rain. It started with light rain. So I think the fastest laps might be set in the beginning of this session because it might get wetter slightly, but not by much. I have a feeling we might have a fully rain-through event here. Then the dry tires don't matter what I did to them. Oh, fucking hell! Ah. Come on! I just like at least not fly off the circuit in like absolutely embarrassing fashion. Please. This guy should be able to do this track easy. After all, it's done a fucking 4-hour race without problems. Why are you so utterly skittish right now? There's just so little grip, despite that this thing has done a 4-hour on dry tires in these conditions, so... I don't know, this is quite extreme. And these are wets on the car. Let's go up and click on traction control. Probably makes sense to also move the brake bias a bit rearwards. Although we are dealing with a lack of rear traction in a lot of sections. God, this is a slow lap to say the least. I know the Alpine does about as well as me in these conditions. Fucking hell. What's wrong with this car all of a sudden? Slow down at least for this corner, please. Verstappen is running me down hard here. Yeah, tire under pressure now. 8th. And there's probably not enough GT4s remaining to formative competitive GT4. Jesus, the lack of traction in turn 1 is noticeable. How long do we have left? 4 minutes. May or may not be getting the hang of this. Still Verstappen in his Camaro of all things. Like, that thing is a C-tier car for 1.9. What happened that you can drag this thing into a wet condition session and outpace a crossbow? He's not much faster than me, despite being pole sitter, I have to note. Despite me honestly struggling like there's no tomorrow. This thing is utterly not wanting to do this. It is so utterly refusing to do this right now. I have no particular clue why this car is so utterly toxic to drive right now. Whoa, I lost so much time there from driving it smoothly. 11th. I wanna vomit, frankly, from like how awful this is. Come on. No, I'm not letting you by. Go fuck yourself for lightly. I'm driving my own session here because you guys grind for like fucking weeks for like some worthless championship then. And my car not making any fucking sense why it's so utterly unstable in wet conditions. It's the wet killer. Like, no gains, absolutely none here. And he's still gonna go quick, I guarantee. Okay, he's finally abandoned his lap. Oh, fuck off, shitbox. Where's the braking marker gone there? Okay, we have one more attempt after this one. But yeah, 2.6 seconds. How the fuck am I supposed to gain that much time? Well, frankly, with a car that doesn't fucking want to murder me every other corner. What the hell is wrong with the rear end here? There's just so little traction. Oh, that's track limits. For fucking sakes, come on. Like, actually I need to gain a full second. Half a second isn't enough. I need a full second to gain anything, really. Oh, come on, why is this car so utterly unstable? Oh, come on, stay stable for once. I'm down even. Oh, come on. I'm like 3/10 down already again. Come on, you shitbox. Extract the fucking pace already. Like, I'm so done with bullshit like this. These utter aliens always ruining everyone's fun. I guarantee if I turn up for the M2 race tomorrow again, I'm gonna win that thing again with ease. It's like, yeah, what's the point in competing against these people when you can win against actual human beings?
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Oh, fuck off! What the fuck was that? What the fuck? shitbox, utter shitbox. Why the fuck did you not work? Why the fuck did you just completely drop your handling model and just fucking run out of completely control constantly? There was no traction on the rear axle, nothing. Utterly nothing to be found there. Like, how the fuck are you supposed to drive this thing when it just loses all traction on the rear end? It just dropped everything and just didn't want to fucking bite. I mean, I was under pressure, but like, that shouldn't have made the difference. It worked! Weeks ago with dry tires in these conditions, the car was completely stable. Gets slightly wetter with wet tires. And the car falls apart like it's like a house of cards. It's just, it is utter garbage. I'm really tired of this shit there immediately. Like, come the fuck on. Could push so much more if the car actually had rear traction, but like, nah. Nothing to be found there. Like so many fucking times before. It was just so little grip out there being donated to the car. I'm so frustrated with this shit. It's like, come on, can I get a actually fair race for once in my life? Fair one. Not like these silly fucking garbage races where constantly everything is unbalanced. So let's see if throwing these settings on the car will make it a bit more stable for the race. Yay! But I mean, we're anyway lost. So actually, even a fucking 4 second wouldn't have even gotten me a position at this point. Like, come the fuck on. Fuck all of these guys. They are just stupid assholes. All of them. It's like, I mean, at least an Alpine is on top and not Verstappen. You deserve that. It's a fucking Camaro. That thing is not good. Neither is a Ginetta. The KTM should be way better. There's ideal conditions, hunting conditions for that car, and it's like, it just doesn't want to fucking perform. It is such a garbage can. It just does not want to fucking perform. It has one job and refuses to perform. People announcing, Jesus, it is August 2nd. Right, I'm scrolling this code a bit. It is August 2nd. They are announcing a 24-hour race in January 27th next year. What is wrong with people? Like, come the fuck on. This is how long in the future? It is a one-off event, and you're allowed of announcing a Bathurst 24 hours. How many months in advance? It's a day before my birthday. It probably runs through my birthday. Runs into my birthday, but like, what the actual fuck is wrong with people? Like, seriously, what's wrong? Okay, there's September 30th. Is okay, September 30th is the Nürburgring 24 hours. Minimum of 10 valid laps and practice. Okay, that could actually become difficult. 8 minutes 25 around Nürburgring with the old GT3s in AC. I don't quite know. I don't quite know at this point. I can't even spell properly. Is it? 27th. As far as I know, right? No, September 30th. Did I mess up my dates? So I did say like, oh yeah, the event goes but till 30th is like a Thursday. Why the hell are they running a 24-hour on a Thursday? Hold on a second. Or is the qualifying on a Thursday? Because September 30th is not. Rolling starts. Yeah, they seem to lack like basic information now. Oh no, September 30th does align. Yeah, this runs for IVGTC. Okay, September 30th does make sense, okay. First, how long is left in the session? I'm at 45. Okay, we're getting finally done with this bullshit. I think it was 9:35 that they say. Yeah, 9:45 for the M2 35i. I think they will feature. Info. There's info here. Eight minutes. Okay. There's a GT3. There's multiple GT3s qualifying in the middle of the GT4s. Yeah, the weather must have gotten worse than London qualifying in the middle of the GT4s here. Oh yeah, we need to actually do our fuel. Right, it says 8.6 liters per lap. Also, whatever we're gonna get in terms of pace. Because we need to fuel up prior to the race, we can't refuel mid-race. So let's do fuel math. So let's do 140s for GT4s here. It's quite ambitious, I know. More than I can probably do myself. It's a 45-minute race, if I remember correctly. 27 laps then. Okay, that guy is just continuing to drive, I guess, to practice. Yeah, 45 minutes. Okay, 4 PM. 45 minutes, okay. 28 laps then for 2 liters. That is about 56 liters. So let's just take 60 liters and get going. Get on with it. They want to reduce the rear spring rate to get the car maybe to plant a bit more on the rear. I'm gonna put more damp on the front to stop it from unloading to the front too much. They're braking too quickly. Rear ALB is already detached, so we don't have to worry about that part. So.
Alright, we have some wet conditions. Remember that curves are slippery. Watch your braking distance.
That's an understatement. Right. Okay, we did put more pressure into the tires, which hopefully helps with our problems that we had with those. I think temperatures have gone down a bit further, so maybe a bit more on the left side tires, maybe? Slightly more. Perhaps even less camber on the rear. That might backfire, but like that may also just provide slightly more try. Nah, we're gonna stay with the camber on the car. There's probably less leaning, so I don't know. Probably fine. Okay, I think we have everything we need for a wet set. So we just need to get rolling at that point. I mean, I have a Team Iris, did you forget that one? I didn't check if it's free sign-up. That could be something of a problem. I assume it will be, frankly. Oh, I didn't set up a dry set for pitting onto it. I assume there won't be any dry driving. There's heavy rain for at least the next 15 minutes. I don't guess we're gonna see the racing line dry off anytime soon. We just have to do that like cheesy pit stop one time and then we're done. You're a bit off the track there. Maybe he's trying to return to garage or fix something. Ah, I think he fixed something. Oh no, he's heading off again. Oh, we don't really need to have warm-up brakes and stuff. That would be dealt up for us. As we're on the back row of the field, we can at least just, you know, not even bother with turn 1. It is absolute hell out here, considering there's, I think, quite a lot of water down. There's a lot of spray even for me, which is saying something. Because if I don't see shit, it means no one else sees anything. Frankly. Because I think it's because my particle effect is lower, probably, as a VR user. But I think in general, a VR user can look for the spray, I think, better. It doesn't render as much spray as it should on flat screen. Considering I barely see the car right in front of me. And we're rolling at 70k, this is bad. Like, this is really fucking bad.
Green light, green light.
This, in real life, this should not go great, frankly. Okay, in part, it's... Oh god, this guy's really thinking he's... Okay, we can actually see once they fan out a bit. We can actually see stuff. How bad is it? There's a few cars spinning. Nothing new here. There's a GT3 on my outside.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Okay, he's not interested in passing me right now. Come on, you won't buy me at some point or what? I'm pretty sure I knew you were a GT3. I'm not here to fuck around and find out. Oh, there's another GT3. Oops.
Car on the left.
Oh yeah, there's a Ferrari.
Clear on the left.
Come on, you could at least not hit the fucking GT4s. Oh, hello there.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Okay, got a terrible launch out of there. It feels a lot better, I think, but like we also have not been pushing so far this lap. Jesus.
Slow car ahead.
I think I need to really avoid this inside curve because it just kills you as soon as you touch it. How far have we gotten up the order in GT4? So we've definitely seen a handful of murder, P7 now. Oh, that's more reasonable. I mean, considering there's only like, I don't know, 12 GT4s, it's Not that great. One of the front row, an Alpine looping it. It is tricky out here, but I think my setup changes have helped the car a lot. It feels a lot more predictable and stable. Now I seem to like lose traction on acceleration, which is good. In a weird way, because I can just turn the traction control up if it gets too uncomfortable. Although the Ginetta in front of me seems to be just gapping me right now. So he's got it sorted out better than me. That was a GT3. I think the guy that started in the back row with me is now also up to P7 right behind me, so back row guys, yeah. I'm trading tenths back and forth with the Ginetta in front of me. Way too late, way too late, way too late! Oh fuck! That braking point is already in the dry, like, just guess. But I have no clue where my braking marker is there. I'm just braking on feel and that was completely wrong. Cost me quite some significant amount of time there. Yeah, there's a GT3 coming up again. It's the car 2.2 seconds behind. What the GT3 is doing the pit stop at the beginning to avoid the traffic, I guess. Because repairs, I think he wouldn't have dropped behind us this closely. 47.3 from the car in front.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Yeah, I'm lucky that I didn't drive in the back of you. But you've completely gambled on that. Although if cars moving now, the track will probably become a bit drier now. Slowly. But I am escaping from the MUQU behind. It's not too much of a surprise considering that guy probably was quite a bit slower than me even in qualifying, which is saying something. Considering how badly I did in qualifying.
Slow car ahead.
We are caning on the Ginetta again.
Slow car ahead.
Yeah, my tire pressure is still not particularly high.
Gaining on the car heading.
Probably in part because it's pretty damn wet now. Yeah, I went faster than the guy did last time around, and this time around he was a bit slow due to the traffic. The track is getting faster, and that doesn't mean too much. Because I seem to be back to trading tenths with them. Some work that had been thrown back there. Running on the back of a GT3 right now. Ah, I missed the apex there. Come on, shitbox. Lost so much time because it's just completely understeered there. Like, yeah, this GT3 for some reason is struggling so much in these conditions to just get by the GT4s. Right, Janetta coming in. It's the full process of like get out of the traffic in that case. Poor MUQU just got run off the circuit again, but is utterly incompetent GT3 driver. Come on, bruh. You're driving an M4, just... this isn't difficult. So maybe in these conditions the car becomes a bit difficult to drive. But then bolt on the fucking wet preset and you should be able to drive around the circuit still. Another GT3 coming up to overtake us after he's done his final pit stop. I say it's like it's a final, it's like... after they've done their one pit stop that they need to.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Oh god. Oi. Brakes, man, brakes! Traffic for car 13. I think the MUQU that just got taken out is coming back for me. Not gonna be too surprising, he's... should be probably quicker than me. And GT3 got a penalty there in front. Yeah, they're all escaping, I think, from me right now. They seem to just have a bit more on the back burner because, it's contrary to my belief, it is getting worse. It is definitely getting slower, the track. Which should mean that most drivers should start struggling more for these conditions. Yeah, Merc in front is escaping. 47.3 despite the conditions. Worsening continuously. Classic case of aliens just don't give a shit about conditions, tire wear, or anything else that might slow them down. They just do not care. That's why they are utterly infuriating to drive against. Because they should be going slower, because the conditions are getting utterly worse. There's less and less grip on the track. A minute. Maybe it's also me just being affected again because my tires are under pressured. But that shouldn't make up like a second per lap. Running with the wrong pressures. It should be like a tenth. Not a full second that I was struggling with. Well, the guy behind me seems to actually be affected by weather conditions. He's struggling to close in any further.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Oh fuck, no! Fuck off! Bullshit, bullshit. Oh come on, not stall. Ah! Come on! That was bullshit. That was every single lap before fine, and then suddenly like, no, go fucking backwards. Lemao, 8 seconds lost. Without me even making a fucking mistake, bruh. That's what I hate about this. I was fighting actually for the fucking podium there, kind of. No, 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 no. Don't think about just fucking diving up my inside just because I slow down for a corner. No, he's gonna force it.
Car on the left. Clear on the
It
left.
cost me like a full second just because he dived there. He didn't even dive really that much. It's just, I don't know why I lose so much time when I'm side by side with a GT3. If I miss one apex, it's just like a second gone. It just wipes out so much time. And I have no understanding why it is doing so much damage to my lap times. It was not dry, it is in the wet. It does not make sense. It does not compute. Although we're more likely to be a few positions down due to some of the GT4 runners having already done their pit stop, such as the Geneta driver, and he's gonna obviously cycle by me again with me having spun, except he spins like a few times. Brake very early for turn 1. Honestly, I can brake later. It's a thing. I find strange. Actually overslowing at times. We're utterly escaping from the BMW behind. I mean, the Maserati would have been hell in these conditions. The Maserati struggles already enough on the circuit, but like you add wet, and the thing is just gonna fly off. Yeah, Lamar, there's another GT3 closing in on me. So many goddamn GT3s. That's not good. Yeah, it doesn't seem like I'm gaining at all on the... where is a braking marker there? I'm still looking for one. Please send help. Give me a braking marker for that fucking corner. It may make sense soon to actually pit because the race leader is coming up to lap us.
Car on the left.
48.3 from the car in front. 48.3 from me. I think I have my windscreen wiper already running at maxed. And it still just absolutely gets pelted by water. I can brake so much later. So P9 backwards has done the pit stop, which is only the Ginetta, so it's gotta be interesting. Can't see if the others behind that have done pit stop, but I'm assuming they have. Otherwise they wouldn't be back there. Oh no, not again! Come on, the spot out of existence, and I nearly took someone out with a rejoin. But come on again! This stupid corner! Twice in a row I get fucking spun by the shitbox. Let's get in. We have a minute to get to the pit box. No fuel, nothing. No repairs. We just come in, get the pit stop done, get back out. Ah, this is frustrating how much this thing wants to just spin me out constantly. At least the engine stalls quickly. Forgot that I needed to press the starter very quickly afterwards. Yeah, obviously the generator is in front of me. About 10 seconds, which is not actually a bit surprising considering I spun twice. Maybe he is actually struggling in these conditions and I had been running away from him and just torpedoing myself repeatedly with spinning. Or maybe he spun once. But yeah, that I lost about 10 seconds from the first spin, so being only 9 behind is a bit sus. So I did now twice. Oh, hello. Hello there. Been sit here in a while. Maybe, I don't know. It feels like a while. I think you've... When were you the last time here? I don't know. Forgot. Struggling enough right there. Just stay on focus. Oh god, like... He's actually disappearing, the Janetta. Jesus. Oh, wait a second. No, there's a GT3 between us. Now that's the explanation why. That also explains the gap being larger.
Faster car coming up behind you.
Yeah, there's about 20 seconds more like between me and the Janetta. Yeah, the Janetta hasn't looped it or driving slowly, he's just... There's just a fucking GT3 in between again for no particular reason because they're even more competent than me. Like, I've spun twice. How the hell do you get dropped so far back that GT4s go faster than you? And I've spun twice. Yeah. I mean, we are P7 guaranteed right now, and I should still jump the beamer, so we should be P6. Still a decent result, although it's only halfway up the field, considering there's about 12 GT4s that have turned up today.
Faster car coming up behind you.
Well, that's the explanation of what's going on with those guys. The headrest is clipping in your head. Must be annoying, isn't it? What? Headrest clipping into my head? No. Oh. This corner, right? You mean the right side? I hadn't noticed it.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Hello there. Yeah, it's fine for the most part. Like, I don't notice it too much as long as I'm not looking right. Look, I've been driving this car before for like a few hours. In the past. This has been fine. I think the reason you notice it more is that maybe the view is for you out of the right eye, so you see it a bit easier. Maybe I'm left eye dominant, something like that. I don't know which eye is used for the perspective of the screen. Probably the right, as it with most cars you would otherwise. Oh, somebody has a drive-through penalty, P3. But I don't think we're gonna jump them. Although that's Ruggier, who I was behind. Just like about 15 or so seconds. He's probably gonna drop the position if that. Well, I'm not sure if it was Ruggier who I was 15 seconds behind, or if it was the other guy prior to my pit stop. So the BMW is in the pits. Check if the other MUQU still has pit stop yet. Has he served the penalty? Seemingly, because he's in P1 right now, but has not done his pit stop yet. Oh yeah, right, he needs to do his pit stop to balance everything out. Never mind, and he's only a second in front of the Geneta. So he's about 20 seconds up the road from me, which should mean that with his pit stop he drops behind me. Oh, come on, not again! I've spun already. Well, that's the explanation why that guy got a drive-through, probably because the trackers are fucking broken in the wet. Like, bruh, I was losing so much time through that corner. Yep, he's in the pits there right now. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Bye. So as long as I don't fly off the circuit there repeatedly, we should be fine. We are up to P6. Let's see, maybe there's someone owing us a pit stop still up the order. Probably not that many. There's 2 cars that have not pitted out of the front curb yet. And the MUQU behind is only 2 seconds, so that's also not particularly great. There's 14 minutes still on the clock. Now one off there can easily cost me the position. Conditions seem to be faster right now because I'm... Oh wait, no. My reference time is slower right now. That's why, because I had done my pit stop. So the reference time resets there. Oh, somebody has killed the fucking marker bots on the left. Bruh. It's like, if it isn't hard enough, this circuit, with how little marker bots there in some corners, but like, let's murder more of them. Increase the difficulty. Yeah, there's only P1 that has not done a pit stop yet. Considering I was driving behind the Geneta for a while at the start there, and like sort of keeping up with him as well, and he's up to P3 now, that sucks a bit with my 2 spins costing me a shot at the podium there. Wait, I'm up to P5 now. Well, that's still good, but I think the MUQU behind me is not gonna be particularly too pleased about that development. He is closing in already. And you know, KTM can't really fight much. Once we get on the straights, I'm just lost.
Faster car approaching. Watch out.
Traffic is still my friend. in terms of slowing my opponents down. Oh, come on. No, 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 no. That's the position gone. Yep, Yep, there goes the position. And it actually wasn't the Mercedes that had the position on. It was Pixley in the Alpine. Come on! That is bullshit. I just get sucked off the circuit because of a GT3. Ah! This is concrete, no one takes them out, yeah. But I'm not getting the fucking Alpine back. No wonder he was gaining on me, because it's an Alpine. There's some aliens here. But nah, no top 5 for you, because you get just fucked over by stupid GT3 running you off the circuit there. I mean, he didn't really run me that far off, but like... Come on, it's just... I wanted to have my gap, and then suddenly the car just went floop and sucked itself off the circuit. And now I have 8 seconds on the MUQU, which is at least something. Brakes! Oh, come on, turn up for the event. I hate you, brakes. Oh, this is... The brakes in this car are always so rubbish. Yeah, I made way too many mistakes tonight, like fucking 2 spins, and then an off-track excursion here. My qualifying was an absolute shitfest. Yeah, no wonder I flew off the circuit, because I brake like this, with a right trajectory through the corner, and then push to the edge of the track, like I will immediately understeer off it. There's not much I can do at that point. I need to just go and escape. I had passed him, I think, relatively early in the race because of the accidents, but like, nope. No getting back that. Despite that this car should be the best car in these conditions. And he struggled so much in qualifying to just get it to plant. The changes into the race have at least helped the car to stop it murdering me repeatedly. But you know, then it suddenly like stops mid-corner there and loses all its momentum, so that doesn't help. And there's just utterly no markers for this corner. You just have to brake completely on instinct. In the wet, where the car doesn't stop. Hello! Hello! Come on! Fucking dipshit! It enters a slide and you just cannot recover it. Because the traction control cuts your entire throttle away and you need throttle to keep the slide going. Stabilize the car. But now the traction control is like, no, we're sliding, we need to cut all of it. Like, bruh, no, stop it. Seek help, you fucking piece of garbage. 46.4, like in these fucking conditions, go fuck yourself. Fucking fucking Alpine drivers. I didn't think it was possible, but like I'm more annoyed by Alpine drivers after 1.9 than before it. It was a friendly rivalry, but now they killed the one car to beat them into a pulp with. By nerfing the poor Maserati into the ground. And these guys, like, when you see an Alpine, like, either it's like, okay, that's an okay driver, and like, or the thing is utterly broken because it's some fucking alien driving it. Or to drive some esports on it. Yeah, these guys are not fun to deal with. I mean, you can just blow the doors off them. which is like the recommended way of dealing with them.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Fucking GT3s, man. Like, they pass you and you just lose like a second automatically. Like, he's 6 seconds ahead. Like, this would probably also not been a long fight, but like, it sucks that I was robbed of like the one fight in this race that I could have. It's like, nah. Like, I didn't get to like pass a single car on merit or like get past on merit. It's just either my car spun off already, or they are already dead or something else. Like, it's just not been anything. I mean, I didn't make it easy for him. It's wet, and I just didn't make it particularly easy because I didn't lift out of it completely and park. We're losing so much ground right now to the Mercedes behind. Holy shit. That guy's running me down fast. But yeah, this is this track, I think. Multi-class on this track is quite painful for GT3s, I think. Because it's just an utter pain to pass GT4s. There's just not enough straightaways. And then there's corners that switch back on themselves and it's like suddenly the GT4 is faster than you. In the wet, it suddenly happens that the GT4s are not actually that much slower than you, over a lap, even. We just need to get this done with. How much pace does just gain out of this one corner? Be careful not to be on the curb there, that spun me out once already. The craziest thing is this corner here, you sometimes just get an oversteer kick mid-corner there in the flat out section. It's like, bruh. Like, I'm going a second faster than my fastest time, and they're still like gaining massively on me. And this is my personal fastest even.
Faster car coming up behind you.
Lost like a second there with traffic, but that's normal on this track. If you get caught in the wrong spot. Oh, one of the Mercs has another drive-through in front. I think they were close enough to get that position, maybe? Maybe just about. It's a little bit tight for us. Maybe he's... I think if he takes it to the end, if he doesn't pit for it, yeah, he's about 25 seconds apart. That's close, actually. That's close for me. 25 seconds might not be enough for me to beat him. The pit lane is very short here. He might just about beat me back out. That's gonna be tight. And yeah, there comes the leader by. And there's the Merc.
There's a car exiting pit lane.
So 1 lap to go, 1 lap shootout here.
Fast the car is approaching.
And there's a GT3 that wanted to wait for the race leader, but like, this is now Mercedes versus Crossbow for P5. We just need to bring this home.
Fast the car coming up behind you.
It's incredibly difficult on this circuit to pass. Except for the front stretch. Oh, he lost a lot of time there. Wait, it's not even him for position now behind me. No, it is still for him. It's just the GT3 is coming up to lap me. He lost massive time there on the GT3. That's it. It's basically decided as long as I don't throw it off again. I guarantee I've jinxed myself just now, but like... we just need to bring her home. And then we'll have a P5. No, you don't fucking die now on me! You stay on this fucking circuit! Lost a lot of time there. Unfortunately, this means we don't finish on the lead lap again. Pain. Of the GT4, but
Bring it back to the pit.
fuck yeah, P5. Man, it could have honestly been a top 3. It could have been so much. I don't know what happened to the 2 Mercs getting drive-throughs. God damn it. For them, but like... it sucks, I couldn't fight the Alpine. This could have been way better if I didn't make so many freaking mistakes. But you know, those guys made bigger mistakes than me. That says something. They lost way more with their drive-throughs. I still don't know how the hell you get a track cut penalty on the circuit. Because the circuit, before you even get close to a track cut penalty, will just eject you, spinning in the wet conditions. On the dry I can understand, easy. When the wet, like you have to run like I got 1 cut, but like I was so close to spinning there that like the next time I would fly off that far, I would be spun by the car, so that there's that. Oh yeah, Polyakov wins again with an Alpine, in front of Schutt in a GT3, F, in front of Verstappen, Yoshima in the Ginetta, Pixley in the Alpine, and then me in the freaking KTM from P11 all the way back up the field. That is actually half decent. But it's very sad that it's only like from P11 to P5. But yeah, Alpine, Camaro, Ginetta, Alpine, KTM, and then MUQU, BMW, MUQU, Alpine, and then a Porsche that has not finished. So yeah, we're only halfway up the field. We're like really midfielding here. Polyakov made an absolute fool of everyone behind us. Yeah, 2 GT4s have not finished, and that is Balot. So, man, the guy had a good start, but like, I guess he just like he was shit in qualifying, and then he just like fell apart. Like, yeah, he was the only guy who got out qualified by me by 3/10. I was 3 seconds off pole basically, and the next guy was 1.8, so that was pretty bad. And then that guy was like 3.2 seconds behind. Like I was 2.9, he was 3.2. And then the race comes and like a bunch of carnage in the beginning, but like I dodged everything, got up a few positions. And yeah, that's like I had a relatively uneventful race in the end. Besides my like 2 spins that I did. Ah, it threw me out before I could watch the replay.
Green light, show them
No, we didn't want the settings, we wanted the quits. Thank you. I did well in the tricky conditions. The unfortunate part is these are the conditions where where you want the crossbow. The crossbow just utterly dominates in the wet. But like I struggled so much in. Well, we can actually load up qualifying. Let's load briefly the Nah, there's nothing gained I think from loading up the qualifying. But like the car just didn't want to plant there. I was struggling so much. And the thing is, I used my dry set from when I ran the 4-hour here with SRXP about I think a month or so ago. And the problem I had was the car the rear never wanted to plant. I was struggling so much to just get any grip, but you could see nothing. And that is saying something. If I can't see anything in front of me, then no one else can, because I think in VR the particles don't render as much as in flat screen mode. I've seen race replays of other people, and it's like in minor wet conditions, like I have no problems, but everyone else is like struggling, and this was pretty bad at the start. And you can see there's like a few cars being sent flying down. I'm just like, okay, good, fine. I'm gonna pick up this position here, then put the GT3 on the outside here. And he struggled also like a while before he finally like got by me. Well, I guess he didn't want to get squeezed onto the curb here, and then he finally sort of like commits to a corner. He finally gets by me. Yeah, as you can see, I went already up there a few positions. I think this guy just didn't like materialize much. Here's the Janetta, here's Pixley. A lot of these guys running into trouble with GT3s. Here, for example, Puklish gets just pushed by... it's one of like the opportunities. I didn't really do a legit overtake in this race. I was just like, I did a one opportune overtake here at the start. I was just like whoosh by. That was easy. Nothing utterly special yet. And it was Balos like only 2 positions behind me, so he was doing pretty well at the time. He pitted relatively early to avoid like a bit of a tussle that some people like him. I mean, I fought Rogioyo I think last week at Darlington, so it's fitting that I finish in front of him today, having done the correct strategy compared to last week. Last week was a bigger fuck up. I lost 2 positions, nearly did 3, but one guy spun in the last few laps because I changed tires because I didn't read the rules properly. I thought there was a mandatory tire change when there wasn't. No mandatory tire changes here. Yeah, GT3 struggling to just get by the GT4 traffic here. Just gonna watch him a bit, because there's at some point, just him, you can see that there's a Porsche flying off again, trying to pass the MUQU. And they're just so struggling, and it's costing so much time, and it's what brings... There's a BMW M4 needing to pass, and then there's me back here. Oh yeah, and there's also the Camaro in front at the moment. Yeah, the MUQ's struggling to just put on power. But yeah, the Beamer he just sits right now behind the GT4, so he just can't pass. I mean, I think it was Smith who like struggled in qualifying already to... There was one guy who... Nah, I think it wasn't Aston that qualified like just 2 positions in front of me. But I think he didn't take the start. He started off the pit lane. He did part of the formation lap and didn't disappear, so F on that one. At some point there's some sort of collision. It's like he's still struggling. It took him a full lap to overtake the first MUQU. And then the second one is up on order. Similar to a different BMW, well, the MUQU lifted here earlier. Giving it your all, like, I don't think I gave my all. He got passed again on the BMW. There's another GT3 rejoining. Shooter there. And going into this corner here, he just blows the corner completely. Rejoins and back behind the GT4. Gets passed by the next one. God, that is embarrassing to say the least to watch. A GT3 getting beaten up by GT4s. And obviously here now on the straightaway there's just like 3 GT3s here, fighting for position here. I want them quite a lot out there, considering there's not much grip out there on that AstroTurf. Like, at all. The curbs are very slippery on the circuit and wet conditions. Funnily enough, I only technically spun once due to a slippery curb. And there's actually the collision. That was between Shooter and... the Shooter that took out... Oh, he got chopped there. And then just fucked up the next corner and just ran him over. So there comes the GT4 back by, beats all the GT3s once again. Let that just sink in for a second. This GT4 is winning the GT3 fight here. Like, yeah, it's the opening laps and it's gonna settle in. But like, come on, bruh. You guys are struggling to overtake a GT4. It's just there's so many bends on this circuit that like you can't quite pass through at times, or it's awkward. Like this section here, it's like, because it's not straight, it's very difficult to like stay alongside another car. Like you can make it, but like in the wet, bruh. Now something does force, I think, Rogerio back, because there's, I think, another collision that happens to him that drops him even further back. Because the situation before I had my first spin was that one of the MUQs was behind me, and the other just a few seconds in front. Like, that's how much damage the GT3s just did in terms of like, what are you doing? Like, you're nowhere. It is... And he obviously gets passed by the GT4 because, you know... Well, he completely blows the corner there. And because he's off the circuit there, I'm closing in massively. Joshua just pissed because he saw this entire shebang happening with the GT3s in front and just was like, nope, I'm the fuck out of this. I am not gonna deal with this. Can't wait to actually play ACC. I don't know if the Porsche are easy to drive, and I'm not an amazing driver, but I will still drive them because I love them so much. Oh yeah, there's the next collision here. This drops Rogerio behind. That is coming into this corner. Rogerio blew the corner like I've done a few times, because it's so difficult to figure out where to brake for it. Yeah, to answer your like question about the Porsche, I don't know which Porsche, because like oh, Rogerio murdered the GT3. Now that's a twist. Like, granted, like how the fuck stupid is a GT3 that like he blew the corner completely there. But like you can't just understand him. You see him the entire time. Like, what are you doing? Okay, granted, actually it's difficult to see if you're on single screen and like your perspective is hood mounted. But like, come on, still, this is stupid. But yeah, the ACC Porsche, they're like, there is the old Cup car, there's the new Cup car, there's the old GT3, there's the old 991, there's the 991-2, there's the 992, there is the 718 Cayman. Yes. Although Frank, and here's now the scariest part. On throttle, no brakes, no brakes, no brakes, no brakes, no brakes, and I come by. So yeah, that got a bit scary, although one of my recoveries is significantly worse than what he did. Let me be particularly real. Oh, isn't him already past me? Again. What? No, Rogerio is the one that is behind me, right? Okay. So when is my first spin? Maybe this lap? Hey, old Porsche. I mean, obviously the very old one that, yeah, there, I was way too much on the curb when I broke, and that obviously murdered me. That would probably even murder you on the dry, right? And then, whoop, stalled. Right. But the Porsches, I don't know, I mean, they're Porsches, they're very setup sensitive. And they just need the perfect setup, and if you don't bring the perfect setup, you just are in a world of utter pain with them. I had the experience of driving the 992, it is DLC content, the newest DLC, which is also this track. The 992, and that thing drove around Watkins Glen like a dream on the aggressive preset. It's just, you could throw it around, it was really nice. And then I loaded up on Donington and I just couldn't get the car to work, and it was a nightmare. That's the problem with the Porsches, and it remains one. And I think the rumors are that like the Porsche isn't competitive anymore in GT3 really. It's like, it was I think initially, but maybe they nerfed it a bit, and it's like I'm not sure, like, if it is really in the competitive 5 cars. They're like not the best. Like M4 296, the obviously the 720 is Evo counts to them, but I think the Lambo and the Porsche, I think the Porsche still counts to them. Like they're, I think, rarer seen now. People don't bring them too much because they're still volatile. It's, I guess, less than the 991-2, which you shouldn't bring anymore because it just isn't competitive anymore. But I don't know. It is definitely way difficult to drive than the M4, which is was 720s. They're way easier. It's just it's Porsche volatility that just 296 will have to do, since I love that it also. Yeah, I have said that like the 296 kind of drives for me like a Porsche. In the sense that like it is kind of also very, I feel like setup volatile, and it is, the rear is at times like very undefined in the steering wheel. Something isn't quite right there. I don't quite understand it. It is a lot of fun when it's trimmed in again correctly. You do not have, I think, as massive of like the rear pendulum effect that the Porsche has, where it's just, you put the throttle down and it just plants and goes. But I think the 992 also doesn't have this effect as much anymore, because it's tries to stop the car from just being understeer permanently. The 296 at least is not fuel load volatile. Although that, again, 992 tries its best to not be anymore like its predecessor. The 991-2 is really bad on that front. Let me be real, that thing is... If you don't have like a setup blessed by God, you are in a world of hell if you're driving a fuel load that isn't quite the one it was designed for. It is very much not great, this car. In that sense, but the 296, yeah, if you, it's all dependent on setups at the end of the day. There are very few cars that aren't really so much. Setups are like the bread and butter in this game, unfortunately. I mean, it broke my qualifying here, and like it made my race. A few adjustments and made it possible to drive this thing, and this car does well in these conditions. So yeah, that's, and it's GT4, like you can't even change that much. In terms of, I don't know, Cayman I have driven also, but again, GT4 DLC, it's not sure what setup stand low. Yeah, I mean it depends. It's like, I don't know, I just don't trust the car quite. I've test driven it around, I've driven it actually on this circuit in dry conditions on a, like, I think Yoast setup, and it was super unstable and like not fun to drive. And then I drove it on, and then I loaded up the Bentley and it was immediately faster, so that says something. I don't know what was that about, that should not happen. When I loaded up the, what was it, when I loaded up at Watkins Glen, it was a lot more controllable, but still, like, it's just, you sometimes turn and you just don't feel the rear end, and I just don't quite understand it. It doesn't make sense quite. You could say it drives a bit more similar to an LMP2 and R-Factor 2, since the new updates. It kind of does it like that. And I didn't like that experience, so that's probably why I don't like the 296 too much, as long as it's not properly trimmed in. Like, yes, you can actually turn this car in and it will stick still, even when it starts sliding on the back end. The rear will just, the car will not murder you completely, but it feels like it, and I think you're losing time. And yeah, I think it still at some point kills you, but like, the car's not too unstable, but like, boy, it does feel like it's on the edge from the beginning, and it's not quite what I like. I really like the 720S. It's just eat and stick. The thing just works. Well, till it eats its tires alive, and you're struggling with in a world of pain. That's not so fun. Right. Yeah, well, where's my actually next spin? Oh, actually, it must be this lap, because I spun and then immediately pitted. Right, I had to just let it run for a few longer seconds and I would have actually gotten to my spin. That would have been cinematic. Yeah, here, it just went. But like, the scary part is, there's P2 coming. That's not great. Because I was like fighting this thing from stalling again. Just look at the situation here. And there's a crossbow rolling towards you. It at least looked not too bad from his perspective, but like, bruh. That was not good, to say the least. But yeah, I was struggling to just get this thing moving again. To not stall again. I spun, on the clutch. I let it roll backwards instead of stomping the brake. Because I'm getting out of the way in that case. But like here, I'm rolling. I feed the first bit of throttle and I release a bit more clutch. And the thing nearly stalls. So I have to feed again. But yeah, that was like... That was not great. By the way, I fixed my gap plugin and oh yeah, you didn't even know that. You haven't been here a while. There's like a bunch of shit broke. I did the 6-hour race at Nürburgring last week. It wasn't particularly that great. We finished P22. I could have been P20 if I just pitted Jeff one lap later. Because we were about 20 seconds short at the end of the race of getting to the end. In terms of stint time, and that cost me the position, cost me 2 positions there, which is very much pain. I mean, in general, quite a few fuck-ups in terms of Jeff putting on my tile set instead of running in fresh set. But at least I could then single stint 2 tires to the end, which was a bit easier. And the tires disintegrated, obviously, in that race, which was the entire joke from earlier. That was a lot of pain, because we qualified 13th and it went backwards the first stint. It was a nightmare. I just wanted to unalive. That wasn't particularly fun. And I had to, like, my VTO model had glitched out at the start of the stream. I had to, like, use a different preset for that. My overlays were fighting. SimHub was breaking on itself. It's like... there was a bunch of shit happening. I think I might have addressed the one problem with the problem with the gaps. That should now finally work. There was one value that was not set to non-serialize, so it tried to serialize a linear spline object and into a binary file, and when it tried to load that file again, it couldn't load it anymore and it was corrupted. So it caused itself to just brick in spectacular fashion. Also some other bug that I think I inadvertently fixed as well. But yeah, the gap calculation worked tonight. That was at least already something. We had gaps tonight, it worked. I wanted to do another coding stream to do further progress on the SimHub OBS. And I really want to do Half-Life Alyx again. But then again, I can choose technically what I do tomorrow. On Friday, I don't have anything scheduled on Friday because Sim Sexta Championship ended last week. This has basically been... so what I want to do for next week is a good question. For this week actually. The weekend I haven't scheduled anything either, but like we could perhaps convince the guys to like do an enduro race there. I haven't posted about it yet, so that's not been particularly great for me. But yeah, there's a 4-hour this weekend, and when we test the McLaren again and get more track time with it, long running tires on it. But yeah, for this, what I'm gonna do next stream is a bit up in the air in that sense. I could do tomorrow again M2 like I did last week. Let's check how many people are signed up right now for the M2 race tomorrow. Let's figure that out briefly. How many people are signed up for M2s tomorrow? Also, I want to actually finish editing a video because, well, I haven't recorded the voiceover yet. I've written the script last night. and fell like down a fucking rabbit hole of race department deleting articles, like just memory holding them. That's a fun topic that I need to check if they've deleted all articles from further than 2021 back, because I couldn't find any. I couldn't find the articles that had information in there, but I found still links to them, and they definitely existed on the Wayback Machine, so I don't know what they did there. That is very suspicious to say the least, I will say. I said, like, I think I'm having the suspicion they might have just purged all articles prior to like 2020 or something, and that's why they're gone. But yeah, what has happened is that simracing.gp, the service that not used for this event, but for example for the Aries championship, for Aries M2 race. Oh, it's at the Glen tomorrow. That's cool. There's a single driver so far side up. Pain. Is that the same guy that raced last week? Let's briefly check. Did you race last week? No, he... Oh, did he? No, he raced at Austin Park a few weeks back, I guess. July 6th, like a month ago. But otherwise, he's been usually racing Alpines or 720 SE roads at Aries community events. But yeah, Aries, Sim Racing SRXP, Own It, I guess, NASA's, GRG, technically also those guys. Who else is hosting on there? Jim Brockman's obviously community is over there. Where's my Track EU is over there, where I raced the VTuber GT Championship. Those guys are also hosting there. A lot of people that host there because they have launched out of beta and are now in full release. And what they're done is the main change that is that the service is paid now. You can still race for free, but there's certain limitations, and especially certain issues with for community hosts. Especially for those guys, there's some stuff that is like not great. And that's why like I stumbled. I wanted to just like, yeah, when did this project start? When did it launch into closed beta? I just wanted like dates like that to just put at the front of a video, right? And like, I just stumbled over deleted articles. It is crazy. Like I just overnight stumbled into a fucking conspiracy, and I'm like, bruh, it's 3 AM. I don't want to deal with this shit. That is so fucking weird. Yeah, she pinged me. Oh, do you? That's the Wednesday ping. Okay. Right. Some point I fly off the circuit, so... Well, I think briefly check that one out. And check the last lap. Right. And some extreme also this. But yeah, that's the question if I like... Oh yeah, that's my track cut, by the way. That's the one singular track cut I collected. Let's watch it again. I just slide off and recover. Yeah, that's apparently faster somehow than driving the track normally. God, I love sometimes track loads. It was a bit further in. I don't know. This is on GT3 MUQU, but I don't think that's my position yet lost. Okay, then it's on this lap. I found it. I found the end of the moment. Man, I was like 7 or so laps away from. Like I go wide here and just. Man, Lucas, if you just needed to fucking lift, you utter napkin. Like just brake at this point and turn. Like you're running off the circuit here. It is very clear, and obviously as soon as I'm on the curb it's just gone now. And that's the position gone. It could have been P4. Hopefully we're coming in up here on the final lap. Penultimate lap here. And here's the Mercedes. It has his track cuts. He's gonna come in here. That's his drive-through penalty. And then wait for it, there comes the Ferrari, yeah. It's a napkin. That's new. Yeah, my insults are getting creative. I don't know where I picked that one up. I know I'm not the first one to think of it, I guess. Here comes the McLaren bio. Ah, that's where he lost so much time. The McLaren dived on him and he bounced off the car. Yeah, that was not necessary from you, MUQU. So yeah, he's coming in up fast right now. It is just saw that Twitch felt way larger than it looked from his perspective. I think the name tags are not displayed on stream, but I can. But his name tag is right now covering up my complete car, so it's not closing in that much on the final corner there. Yeah, at least. It doesn't matter, it was his final lap here. That's it. And so across that finish here. Yep. Over the line there, and he's just done with it. But I mean, I have a season best of 5th, and well, I'm probably not gonna see anything better than this, right? So yeah. Question would be for me what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I'm gonna do a long stream and play for Half-Life Alyx from start to finish. Or if I do that on like Friday or something. I don't know. It's odd. It's not there. Right. Okay. So let me switch my overlays. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna then just maybe sit down and finally record the audio. I hope I love Half-Life. Yeah, Half-Life Alyx is... That run has to be finally freaking done. I finally need to just get this over with. God damn it, it just needs to be done. It's like... It shouldn't be this difficult, and technically I could make it worse, because I have found out since then that, like, there's a mod that makes the game more difficult. Right, that makes... There's a few enemies that have, like the antlions. They effectively, when they would be able to jump you, they just give you, like, a moment to... They jump back once and then attack you, and, like, headcrabs give you a heads up also before they jump on you. And that mod basically patches those animations out of the game and just makes them immediately attack. And that would make the game significantly more difficult, in my opinion. That would make it actually difficult. Which in a one life run, yeah, that could make somewhat of a difference. Maybe that's what I'm doing tomorrow. One life run, Half-Life Alyx. I think that sounds like a decent idea. Right, so trying it again and seeing if I can get finally through it. One life, one session, one run. Alright then. I think it is a good time to call it now. Good night and bye bye. Yes.